This is not a video I want to have to make, and I know that's a cliche thing to say on YouTube. I did not want to make this video, but I've been forced to do it. But I really do have to make this video, and it's gonna be a long one, so do what I do and just get a nice cold beverage and just get ready. So, the RVTH. Now, I have some good news and I have some bad news. I guess I'll just begin with the good news. I have about 24 hours worth of recorded beta footage. That's what I have. The bad news is, I have a bricked fucking Wii. How did this brick happen, you might ask? I did not attempt to mod it at all. I abstained from doing that because of the fear that I would brick it, ironically enough. So I never modded it in any sense, at all. The only thing I did was play the discs on it, the virtual images, that'd be the 3 beta builds. To my knowledge, they are still on the hard drive. I've not seen any, evidence to the contrary, so, I'll get more into this later. So I do have, the hard drive still intact, I think. But what happened was, I was playing Bully, right? I was playing the second build. I have 3 builds. One very early unstable build that is very prone to crashing. This one I barely explored, but I do have some footage of me playing it. Second off, I have the second build, and this is the build that I played the most. It's the closest to the first build, in the sense that it's, one of the earliest builds you can find. And also because this is the build that actually allows saving. You can actually save on this build. I saved numerous times, so I'm thinking that if I actually I'll get into that later as well. The third build I have is the, I don't know if it's close to official release. It might be the official version. I don't know, but it's really like, it's close to done. Let's just put it that way. So the 3 builds, if I recall correctly, nothing has changed that. They're still on the hard drive. So I do still have the beta builds. The problem is the console that runs them has been bricked. And back to the main point I was gonna make. The way this brick happened was I was playing the second build. Now, thanks to Red Hua, that's Huaxiang90, some of you might recall that name. Red from the Bully Board days of the community. He actually advised me in getting past the eggs in Chapter 2. This is because the eggs in Chapter 2 it was very prone to crashing. And this was caused by a model failing to load during a cutscene. Because of his help and advice, I made it to Chapter 2, and from then on I managed to figure out how to make it past that cutscene. Or at least somewhat. I might have a video on this later, we'll see. But I made it past that cutscene, and this got me to Chapter 3, so I completed a bunch of missions, and by the way, I have beta footage of, unfinished cutscenes, so I'll show that later as well. Like I stated, every time, I booted up the console, I pressed the record button just in case some stupid shit like this would happen. And lo and behold, it fucking happened. So I made it to, Bait. Now, the interesting thing is, as a quick side note, when you start Chapter 3, Bait is instantly available. So, I think this is because Bait on this version is very unpolished. And, the reason I believe that is not only because it becomes available as soon as Chapter 3 begins, but also because as soon as the introduction cutscene for the mission ends, the game freezes. It doesn't even enter the load state, it just goes black, and that's the end. I attempted to play through this mission a few times, and at one point I pressed the home key. Because I was like, okay, let's just go back to the home menu. Let's just, For those of you who don't know what the home key does, it basically gives you the option to end the game and go back to the main menu of the Wii. So, I pressed the fucking home key. This is the last frame I saw. And it froze on this frame. This is the last thing I saw. And, I was like, oh fuck, it froze. Well, let's reboot the console. I gave it about a couple of minutes before, like, I rebooted just in case. And, I held down the power button, as you're supposed to do. This is not something that is, like, ill-advised. When you turn off the RVTH, you are supposed to hold down the power button. That's how you turn it off. The official instruction manual PDF that was leaked online years ago actually tells you how to turn it off, and it's described as such. So it's not that I turned it off the wrong way, it's because the game froze the moment I pressed the home key, right? Or the home button. So I turn off the console, I reboot it, and this is what I see. This is actual recording of the RVTH now. So it's bricked. I never fucking modded it in any way. So like there's no custom menu that I can access to like restore. And there's no disk tray, so I can't like insert a disk to make it like, you know, load some kind of service shit. So it's fucking bricked. Now I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix this. I do have a GameCube controller. I don't know why that slipped me. I have a GameCube controller on the way. Now the reason for this is because I've read online and numerous people have told me, get a GameCube controller, disassemble it, remove the outer shell, hold down the 4 D-pad buttons, connect it to your console, and power on. This will force the console into kind of a developer maintenance mode. So I don't know if that's gonna fix it, but I think it may. I don't know. Hopefully that'll do it. If not, I do have another plan B. I guess it would be plan C then. Plan C being that I try to find a new RVTH console. I open that up. I connect the hard drive from this console into that one, and I'll see if that can actually load. If not, I don't know. I may have to go to plan D, which is we're getting lengthy here. Plan D, which is to dismantle this console, take the hard drive out, put it in my PC, see if I can actually copy the content over to my computer, which I don't think I can do. But on the off chance that I actually can do something like that, you know, let's hope for the fucking best. So, like I stated, there's been no sign of the content on the hard drive being wiped. I think this is simply an instance of you accidentally sending, or me I should say, of me accidentally putting the console into like an endless loop. I don't know exactly how that happened, but I think it was caused by me pressing the home button accidentally on the very same fucking frame that it froze. I've had several freezes on Bully prior to this, so the freeze itself is not the sole cause. I think it's in part due to the freeze, but also because I fucking pressed the home key, or I don't know why I keep calling it the key, it's a button, because I kept pressing the fucking home button, you know, well, I pressed it once, that's the thing, it's not like this is a continuous thing I did it once, and the time I did it was a bad fucking time. So the console it powers on, you know, I can actually make it change the disk, the virtual image on it. As a quick rundown, okay, so the RVTH doesn't have a disk tray. You switch the game, the different builds of the game by pressing 2 buttons. One to simulate you opening the disk tray, and one to simulate you changing the disk, and then the first button again to simulate you closing the disk tray, thus making the console load the virtual disk. That's how the fuck you do it. And it seems like the console can still do that, at least, you know, like, if I press the buttons, it still lights up, it still does what it's supposed to do. The only problem is I can't see fucking jack shit, because it's just a black screen, and I guess it's frozen on it, because I've left it on for like a while. Like, I left it on for like an hour just to see if it would just correct itself, and it doesn't. I followed some advice online, you know, like, turn off the console, unplug the AC adapter, and just leave it around for, you know, like, maybe 24 hours. I left it around for, like, 21 or some shit like that. I replugged it, you know, booted it up, and then fucking still black screen. There's no change. I've tried pressing the reset button so many fucking times on the front. Yeah, it doesn't do anything either. So, yeah, this is gonna piss a lot of people off. So it's gonna suck. But again, I do have 24 hours of gameplay on my PC, so I can upload that. Oh, by the way, I want to apologize to the patrons. If you want to get your fucking money back for the patronage, fucking send me a PM or tweet me or whatever, and I'll do that. I'll refund you the money. I will still do a live stream of some kind. I may offer like exclusive content, like here's early access to this video. I do have some beta content in the making that uses this footage. So I just got like 50 tweets on my phone. What the fuck? All right, phone, be quiet. Thank you. I would really prefer if you'd be quiet. Can you stop? Anyway, yeah, that's about it, really. Sorry for having like this rambling mess of a video, but I feel like there's no possible way for me to script this and make it, include all the details. The best way. I don't know why I had Mayweather in my fucking mind, because everybody's been talking about that lately. But the best way for me to convey this is by having a video where I just tell you what the fuck happened for the first time. I've never told anyone about this. Actually, that's not true. I'm lying. I told Stippo about this. On the off chance that he would have some fucking advice, as if like some person who like specializes in Dead Rising could help me out with my fucking shitty RVTH situation. But I did make a thread on assembler games, or a couple. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I'm like, this is fucking urgent. I made a couple of threads on assembler games where I ask people like, hey, this is what happened, and this is what I'm dealing with, and like any advice. Some guy told me like, I guess I'll just read his response. He said, take a wired GameCube controller and disassemble it, then connect it at controller port 4 on the RVTH. By the way, I should mention the RVTH has external, I guess every fucking input is external, but it has like controller ports on the side. It has 4 of them, just like the normal Wii. So that's why I have the GameCube controller on the way. But yeah, like so basically, like I guess I could continue reading. Then connect it at controller port 4 on the RVTH. Push all 4 directions on the GameCube D-pad circuit board using the rubber contact pad. He's basically telling me take off the outer shell, plug it into your RVTH, hold down these 4 D-pad buttons, because you can't do that if you have the shell on, because there's like a fucking, like if you've ever attempted to press down all fucking D-pads on like a controller, like an Xbox One, you're not gonna be able to do that. You have to like take off the shell, because you have to do it like manually on the circuit board. He says power the RVTH while holding it. If it powers on with the internal software version number at the bottom right corner of the screen, it's booting up and halting for some reason. A probable cause is a fault on the Bluetooth module, which I've looked into as well. I think the Bluetooth module is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has to do with the wireless controller. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's how it like detects it. I use a wired like developer controller for the RVTH. You have to use that. But I'm hoping that this GameCube shit can fix it. He continues on to say, that procedure is how official Nintendo service unbrick consoles with softbrick. In that state, the console will accept to boot special service discs. Now here's the fucking issue. Like I stated, the console doesn't have a disc tray. It just doesn't. It only has an SD card slot. And I actually emailed this fucking computer repair shop in Gothenburg. It's like an hour away from where I live. But I fucking emailed them, like, telling them, like, hey, this is what happened. Here's what an RVTH is, in case you don't know. It's barely different from your fucking average Wii. It's basically like a Wii intended for game development and, like, testing purposes. That's really it. I think just based off of that, they're gonna be like, no, we're not gonna touch that. But I'm hoping that they are. I don't fucking know. The problem is that, like, if they try to repair, if I can enunciate, if they attempt to repair the Wii, and they fuck it up, and it's broken beyond this point, they're not gonna be able to give me like a replacement. Because these things are fucking rare, and that's the thing that sucks the most about this. This is quite possibly once in a lifetime thing that I can get, and I just fucked it up by just chance. It's not like I put it like at risk by downloading a bunch of shit. I just played the game, and I was like, alright, let's go back to the Wii menu. And by the way, I've only used the home key. I've only used the home button twice. One time when I was playing Bully, and I was like, okay, let's go back, and that worked. And this time, so third time's a charm, not always. Sometimes second just kicks you in the ass. But yeah, it doesn't have a disc tray, so I'm not gonna be able to like get like a service disc and do that shit. Maybe, just fucking maybe, I could use an SD card to like boot up some service shit. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. I don't believe I can. One interesting thing I found like 10 minutes prior to hitting the record button and making this video is I checked through some old recordings of the RVTH. As soon as I booted it up, I was like, let's record, you know, because again, this might happen. So upon me booting the console up for the first time, it told me like, you know, and press the fucking Z button to enter the Wii developer maintenance whatever mode. It also said, you know, you can also press the home key to do that. Now, the Wii remote, the normal, you know, wired one that I have that I'm tapping now, of course you can't see it, so I'm stupid. That remote has a home button. It has a home button on it, which is the fucking perpetrator of this, but it's what I used to like enter the fucking Wii developer menu thing when I first started the console for like the first time ever. That's what I did. Now the problem is that the Wii is not synchronizing with the remote. It's not doing that because it goes to the black screen and then it just freezes. So there's no way for me to like press the home button to make it go into that mode. I can't do it because it's not synchronizing. You have to do that by pressing a button, and I don't think that we can do that by just being on this black screen. I've tried it so many times and it doesn't do anything. So what I'm thinking is, if this fucking D-pad shit on the GameCube remote doesn't work, maybe, just fucking maybe, I could use the Z button on the GameCube controller to like make it manually go into like the developer mode. I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's just a fucking black screen, but on the off chance that that fixes it, I'll fucking tell you. But yeah, that's my situation. Again, this is not something that I did because like I was like, I want to mod this. No, I abstained from doing that specifically out of the fear that something like this would happen. And then just like, all it took was me playing Bully, Chapter 3, just pressing the home key, and just like, and that's it, dead. It's a lot of fun. Maybe I should have been a bit more cautious when pressing that button, just on the off chance that like, you know, something like this would happen, because before I played that mission, I had been aware of the fucking freezes. But what I thought was like, oh, the cutscene's fading, let me press the home key. Let me press the home button, the fucking home button, and let's just go back to the Wii menu and let's reboot the game. That's what it's just like the genius fucking idea I had. So, I did it, and then this is my console now. And it sucks, and I feel shitty about it, and this happened like at fucking 8 a.m. Like, I was beyond exhausted. I was like, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, okay, great, my fucking Wii is dead. Nice. And I just spent like the following 4 hours fiddle fucking with the buttons on the outside to see if I can reset it. Cause, like I stated, the RVTH has a reset button. It just doesn't fucking do anything. Like, I've tried to look into it and I cannot find any fucking information. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can check the fucking reader manual for the RVTH. And we'll just quote what Nintendo has to say. Let's see. La 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 la. Alright, here we go. Reset. Type. Button. Description. The first bullet point being, the operation differs depending on how the application was created. Gotcha. I caught none of that. The second bullet point being, to switch disk number, after the application has started, a reboot, in parentheses, OS reboot, SYS, using the reset button is necessary. I don't know. That's it. That's all the information you get. Now, there is a debugging button on the back. I had no chance to test this when I was, like, playing Bully. I had no idea it even existed until later. Because I looked up, the sales page. Like, the sales thread. The fucking thread on Assembler I bought this from. I looked that up, and the guy listed, like, on the info page, he's like, there's a debugging button on the back. And I was like, wait, what? Is that my console? Because that's the one I bought. I checked, there's a fucking button. Like, on a, like, okay, so the console has, like, this case, right? And on the back, it has kind of, like, this open slot for this circuit board that you can kind of peek into. On that board, you can see a button, and I was like, oh. I don't know, I don't think I want to press that, but hey, cool. On the official manual PDF, it says, here on the bottom, other features. A button for debugging applications has been added to the RVTH reader next to the AC adapter power plug. For information on its use, check the support page. Yeah, there is none. There is no support page. And that's all the info you get. Check the support page. Cool, thanks Nintendo. Although, to be fair, this was, like, never intended for the public to, use. But still, whatever. But I attempted to press this button just to see if it would, like, enter some kind of development mode, during this black screen, and it doesn't do anything. So, I've attempted to switch the disc on the black screen. I've attempted to, like, turn it on and off so many times. I've attempted to hit the reset button. I've, like, left it unplugged for, like, nearly 24 hours just to see if that was the cause of it. Now, an alternative theory that I have to what might have caused this is the fact that I used it for, like, 6 hours straight. But I don't see how that could cause it, because, like, it showed no issues with that. And, like, it's pretty much like, like any other console, like any other Wii console. So that shouldn't be the cause of it. If using a Nintendo Wii for 6 hours would cause this, I think a lot of people would know about it. I've attempted to, press the eject button, which is, Nintendo describes it as like a button that has no purpose, but can result in malfunction if pressed. It's not specified what it causes, but it's like, it can cause issues, and that's it, really. I pressed this on the, like, just to see if it would actually, like, give me an error or something. Nothing happened. And yeah. The only button that I haven't pressed is the flush button, which, if memory serves me right, I might have read this on Assembler, on a thread. It may actually, like, remove all the, virtual images from the hard drive. It may, like, wipe them completely. So I'm not gonna press that, because, like, I don't want to risk it. But I'm just fucking hoping that, this fucking, store nearby can be like, oh, we'll fix that. This is a common issue. Because, while this issue is not exactly common, which is, antithetical to my previous statement, but whatever. While this is, not very common, it does happen every now and then. I've seen some people make threads about this online. So I'm thinking that, there's gotta be something you can do, right? Either there's a fix for this, or I'll have to, like, take out the hard drive and, like, open up another RVTH and put this in that hard drive and see if I can play it that way. The problem being, fucking RVTH units are really fucking rare. So, nah. I mean, like, it might take a couple of years before I find one. And even then, I'm not even certain if there's gonna be one that pops up, on eBay or some shit. I will say this, I actually did find another, Bully beta owner online, who posted, like, sort of popping the mic, who posted, like, a thread on some website, where he was like, oh, here's my RVTH unit, works fine, and he posted some images, and one contained Bully on the Wii, like, on the RVTH. So I'm thinking that, like, I could maybe contact that guy and be like, hey, here's what the fuck happened. Like, I'm an avid collector. If you sell it to me, I could offer you like a somewhat hefty sum. You know, it'd take me a long ass fucking time to get that money, but I could do it over time. You know, give me like 6 months and I'll have enough money to maybe convince someone to sell me that. I don't know. It's not fucking cheap, I'll tell you that much. Price has probably gone up just because I did this. Now that I come to think of it. So, I don't know if he's gonna be like, yeah, let me sell you this, or if he's gonna be like, no, fuck off, you're irresponsible, or if he's gonna be like, no, I'm not interested, I think I'm gonna keep this. I don't know. It's a shitty situation, but I have so much information saved and documented. Like, that's the thing. You know, like, I have like 23 to 24, it's somewhere in between that, like 23 and a half hours worth of gameplay. Just straight up gameplay, that's it. Like me just roaming around the city, you know, doing missions. And by the way, I should mention this before I end the video. This has been going on for quite a while, so I hope you enjoyed your beverage. Let me just take a sip before I proceed. Okay, so I played through chapter 1, 2, and halfway to through 3. Halfway through 3. That's kind of difficult to say. Now the reason I say halfway is because of bait. Like I said, this mission just, you can't pass it. There's no way to even begin the mission beyond the intro cutscene. So I'm thinking that this is like as far as that mission goes. And because this is a later version of the previous build, the first one, the one that is way prone to crashing, I'm thinking there's no way that that build can make it to chapter 3, because it crashes so often. And also, like, I may have just explored this beta version fully. Like, or at least, like, 99%. Because I made it halfway through the game, and then it just won't proceed beyond that point. So I'm thinking that, you know, maybe I've explored most, if not all of it, before it died. I mean, like, it's still shitty, because I'm not going to be able to play it, and the patrons are going to be disappointed, and so are a lot of people, but I'm thinking that, you know, I've seen it all. You know, if I haven't seen it all, it's some fucking minuscule detail that, you know, you probably would never notice anyway. Because, like, I fucking paid attention to detail. You know, I fucking wrote down and recorded all of the things I saw. So I'm thinking that, you know, like, if this is the end of it, I mean, I've seen it all, I have the footage. To my knowledge, the content should still be on the hard drive. I may be able to put this into another console, an RVTH. Now you might be saying, oh well, Sweg, why can't you put it into like a Wii or like your PC and you know, use Dolphin to like emulate it? The problem with that is that, like, for one, the way the fucking Wii switches disk images is like, it's nothing like you do like when you fucking load an ISO in Dolphin or whatever you do. It's nothing like it. This is... I read on Assembler, like, there were people who, like, discussed, like, how can you rip games off of the Wii? And, you know, a lot of people are like, you can't do that, there's no way. Or somebody else said, like, you know, you could take the hard drive and make it into, like, an image, and, you know, boot it up on your PC. Which is, I don't know how the fuck you could do that, but if nothing works, if all else fails, and I'm out of options, I'm gonna see if I can do that. And if I succeed in extracting the images, I may be able to, like, release them to the public. Cause, I feel like I've done the community a disservice by being so fucking stupid. But then again, I mean, like, how could I possibly have fucking known that this would happen? All I did was press a button at the wrong time. And that was the end of it. So I know, like, people are gonna be like, you fucking moron, and, you know, that's your prerogative. I'm not gonna remove your comments. You know, you can fling insults all you want, and, you know, I'll be like, I would agree. But in all fucking fairness, do you really think that anybody could have seen this coming? Like, any fucking person. And this is not like, I never attempted to, like, press the button on the frame that, you know, it fucking died at. I pressed the button prior to dying, and I guess the cutscene, like, ended, you know, quickly enough for it to freeze during that part. So, yeah, if you guys have any fucking advice on how I can unbrick my RVTH, which, by the way, there's no information of online, so, you know, I'm just done. But if you have any advice, if you have any suggestions, if you have any experience with unbricking, you know, non-modified consoles, let me know. I'm gonna check my email now to see if the store has gotten back to me. They haven't. I have received an email from a newspaper telling me that somebody has been tortured in Ljungby. Cool. I don't know why they would email me that, but cool. Nice. So now, not only has my fucking console been bricked, but now I have the fucking thought of somebody being tortured in my mind. Although, in all fucking honesty, I'm more concerned about the former over the latter. I know that makes me a pile of shit, but at least I'm a pile of shit with 23 hours of beta gameplay. Doesn't really improve my situation, but still. I don't know. By the way, that's just like kind of my way of dealing with it, just making light of it. Because what else can I do? I mean, like, if I mope about it, I'm just gonna be like a fucking depressed fuck with a shitty console. If I make fun of it, then I'm gonna be like a fucking, you know, facetious broken console owner. I mean, like, that seems a little bit better, but I don't know. This has been a terrible fucking video, by the way. I've been thinking about doing a podcast, but I think this just, like, disproves any qualification I have to do that. But still, like I stated, I have a few backup plans. The GameCube controller is on the way. It's coming in from the UK. It's gonna come all over my face. And then I'm gonna see if I can dismantle one of them, because there's two. I don't know why, but the guy who sold it to me was like, hey, there's an extra one. Which I guess is like, not in hindsight, but I guess it's like in fucking, a precaution, in case, like, you know, I fuck it up as well. I don't know. It's on its way. I'm gonna disassemble one of them. I'm gonna see if this fixes it. I don't think it will, but I'm gonna try it. Holding down the D-pad buttons before you boot the console, and then boot the consoles as you hold them down, it should force it into some kind of maintenance mode. But I see no evidence of that happening. And even then, like, that's just one step. It's not gonna be like a definitive solution to this. It's gonna be like, oh, maintenance mode, and then what? You know, do I enter the fucking repair disk? Do I put in like an SD card with you know, with the fucking files contained on a repair disk? Cause like that's gonna be the only option, cause the fucking console again has no disk tray. So am I gonna have to put in like an SD card and, like, you know, force it to load the fucking content of what would be a fucking repair disk? Cause I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if the Wii can actually do that. I don't know. So, I've come clean. I've told you guys what happened. This happened last night, by the way. I've not had a lot of time to think about this. Immediately after making the Assembler Games threads, I was like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. And I actually had a nightmare. It wasn't about the RVTH. It was actually about, velociraptors chasing me on a fucking cruise ship. I don't know. I haven't done any kind of drugs in like ages. I haven't smoked weed. I haven't had alcohol. I've done neither in like 3 months. I just had a bad dream about fucking dinosaurs on a cruise ship. I don't know how, I don't know why, but that's what I dreamt about. It's the first nightmare I've had in ages, actually. So, yeah. I have a newfound fear for that. It's good to know. I don't know. One of them fucking smiled at me, by the way. I hid in a broom closet while, like, other passengers fled. And one of them, like, opened the door and, like, smiled somehow. I fucking, like, closed the door quickly, like, you know, fucking pulled it back and just hid. Then I ran away. And I don't know exactly what happened, but I do think I got mauled by one, and then I woke up. And then I was like, oh shit, my fucking console's still bricked. Nice. Because that's, you know, when I plugged it in again and, like, checked. So, yeah. People are not gonna be pleased. Let's just say that. But I will say this much. Upon me, like, trying to do research and, like, see if I can find other consoles, I did find one containing Bully Scholarship Edition online on some guy's blog. So maybe, just fucking maybe, and just under the grace of the word maybe, I could get another console. And this one maybe could fucking have Bully on it. I don't know if that's gonna happen. For one, the guy has to sell it to me. I can't just be like, me buy a console now. Like, he has to be okay with that. And I don't know how to contact him. His blog has, like, no information. It just has pictures of the... Sorry for popping the mic again. It just has pictures of the fucking RVTH on it. It doesn't actually have, like, a contact form. And, his assembler profile is, like, from 2009 or whenever. So I don't know if he's still active 8 years later, but if he is, that'd be cool if he is, but I fucking doubt it. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look into that. Maybe I should have done that before this video, but yeah. If fucking all else fails and I have no resolution to this, I'm gonna see if I can contact that guy and buy his console and not do this again. The home button is, like, off limits. I know this is, like, in hindsight, but it's fucking off limits. Never using that faggot again. Cause, yeah, shit like this happens. It's a good time, it's a good time. So yeah, this has been, 36 minutes of me rambling. I don't know how many of you have made it to this point, but if you have, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. And again, if you have any advice, any at all, or like any ideas, let me know. I'm gonna see if the guy has gotten back to me, because I contacted him via PM, the fucking guy who, like, recommended that I get a GameCube controller. I contacted him via PM. I'll just read it now. I said, hey, thanks for giving me some advice on my, in my black screen RVTH thread. I ordered a couple of GameCube controllers from eBay, so hopefully I'll be able to use those to unbrick the Wii. I have some questions though. You mentioned special service discs, but the problem here is that the RVTH doesn't have a disc tray. Virtual discs are chosen by pressing 2 buttons. The console does have an SD card slot though. Would it be possible to take the content of a service disc, place it on an SD card, put the SD card in the Wii, and run it from there? You know, minus all the stuttering. But yeah, that's what I sent him. I don't know if he's gonna get back to me, but I hope so. He seems to frequent, or he or she, or whatever they prefer. This person seems to frequent the service reparation section of Assembler. So I'm hoping that they'll be interested enough in helping me out that they actually give a shit enough to reply. But yeah, that's it really. And by the way, the reason I say, like, I'm gonna be using the Z button on the GameCube controller instead of on the Wiimote is because the Wiimote doesn't have a Z button. It just has the home button. But yeah, that's my shitty situation, individuals. Hope you guys have a good day. I haven't thus far. I've been pretty fucking disappointed. But, I don't know. Fucking life sucks. What am I gonna do? Yeah. Again, like, how could I possibly have predicted this? There's no way that there's no information about this online. There's no, like, by the way, if you're playing bait on Bully on the Wii, don't press this button during this specific time. There's nothing like that online. There is no information on Beta Scholarship Edition online. The only information you have is gonna be coming from me throughout the following few days. I have so much fucking footage recorded, and I even have, like, you know, some of these Scholarship Edition exclusive missions being slightly different in execution. Like, I have information on that, and I'm gonna be releasing that. And that's a lot of fun. Look, one of the fucking things that pisses me off beyond anything and, besides the Wii not working, obviously, is the fact that, okay, so Santa, the fake Santa during the mission, Rudy the Red-Nosed Santa, I think it's called. Or maybe it's Christmas on Bulworth Street, that's the one. During that mission, Santa and his elves have different voice actors. They do. The elves use the voice actors from the Carney midgets. God, I forget his name. Zeke? I think his name is. And I think the female Carney midget is called Brandy. So Zeke and Brandy's names are used for like the I guess the politically correct term is little people, but I feel like that's fucking patronizing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but hey, whatever. Politically correct. The little people during that mission use those voice sets. Interestingly enough, and the fake Santa, not Rudy, the actual fake Santa, he also has a different voice actor. If you've gone through the files, the fucking cutscene audio files in Bully on PC or any other version of the game, you can actually hear that he has a different, like, unused cutscene where he's like, "I quit!" That very same voice actor is used during that mission in the beta version. I have gameplay of this. I have, like, a few phrases being said by him. I don't know. I was actually gonna revisit this mission and, like, get as many voice lines recorded as I could, but it's not gonna fucking happen now. So yeah. I do have gameplay of that though, so yeah, I'll be releasing everything I can soon enough. I'm gonna be making beta Bully videos, and in between I may be releasing like beta gameplay, number whatever, and you'll have me commentating above it, and like providing some information about the build and rambling on about my experiences. I don't know if that would be interesting, but if you've seen Joshimus True 100%, it'd be kind of like that. I would like commentate over the footage as it plays. Yeah. I don't want this video to end because I feel like there's so much more I should say, but it's gone on for over 40 minutes, so again, I thank you for listening. I thank you for the support. If you're one of the cool people who's gonna be like, okay, well, Swag, everybody makes mistakes, this is, whatever, it sucks, but there's no way you could have known this, like, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't expect it. I don't expect anything. Although I do fear that overwhelmingly people will be like, "You're a pile of fucking shit, unsubbed, flagged for sexual content, even though this video has none of such." And, I just damaged my throat doing that. But, I fear that people will do that overwhelmingly, but I know that realistically, I have a fucking, like, laid-back audience, at least somewhat. It all depends on, like, the individual, so. But I do think that overwhelmingly you guys tend to be, like, cool about not shit like this, but, mistakes being made by human beings. I don't know, I'm not gonna give up on this just yet. I am gonna be persistent and active in trying to find some kind of resolution, but man, I don't fucking know. It doesn't look too good. The thing is that I don't know, like, the only thing that I've modified in terms of technology, like just, hardware wise, has been my PC, my old PC. I used to open that up and, like fiddle fuck with some of the components and, adjust it. That's all the experience I have, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm thinking I should probably get like an anti-static mat or something. And, I'll just place the new RVTH on that, open it up, connect this hard drive to it, and see if I can boot it up. But even that, I mean, like, that's probably gonna take a year or two before I can get my hands on. And even then, I don't know if that's gonna fix the issue. So yeah. Shit sucks, yo. Toodaloo.